Hey guys, welcome back to Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew, and what I have for you today is our level 3 survival kit. Stand by. Hey, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Thanks. So what we have today is our level 3 rucksack survival kit. Now this is a kit that is part of a method for cross-loading survival items on our person, on our fighting system, and then inside our rucksack or assault pack. Quickly reiterating, level 1 is the items that go in our pockets: a knife, way to start fire, a snack, and then some other smaller survival items to enable survival. Level 2 are the items that go in our fighting system or our load-bearing system, the things that we wear on us. And level 3 is going to be our rucksack. It's going to contain those same items as in level 1 and level 2, plus larger items we obviously can't carry in our pockets or on our person. Things for shelter craft, like a tarp, a sleeping bag. Things for campcraft, like a stove for cooking food possibly. And then other items for tool making and survival items, as well as mission essential items like more ammunition, water, and food. Alright, so our rucksack today weighs in at 45 pounds. That may seem like a lot of weight. I know a lot of us are fans of lighter kits, but we deliberately overpacked this rucksack today to demonstrate some of the items that could be brought in a level 3 kit. And then 45 pounds is about average weight for my neck of the woods. Let's go ahead and jump into our level 3 kit. We're going to begin with the outside of the rucksack, a quick overview, and then talk about the contents in the pouches and go into our main compartment for our survival kit. Alright, for those of you that have watched my channel, you've seen this rucksack before. This is a Malice pack rucksack from Tactical Tailor. This thing has been on a lot of road marches, been to a lot of survival schools, and I've jumped this thing out of aircraft. So this is a rucksack that I depend upon for a lot of training and survival craft. So, a quick overview on the rucksack itself. Left side we have 2-quart canteen attached, and we have 1, 2, 3 sustainment pouches on the outside, and then on the right side we have our e-tool with case attached to our rucksack. Up top you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a 7th pocket or pouch on the top portion of our Malice rucksack. Now the intent for all the exterior pouches is to place mission essential equipment or items that we need regularly inside of these pouches so we can get to them quickly without having to go inside the main compartment. Makes sense. Alright, now let's go by pouch with the items on the exterior of the rucksack, and we'll go over those kit items quickly and then dive into our main compartment. Now, directly on top of our rucksack is our Parang, just a machete for taking down large sections of wood. It works well in the bottomlands as opposed to a hatchet. A hatchet will still work, but a Parang or a large tool machete like this one is perfect for the environment that we're in. First main compartment we have is that rain jacket's that first item in our far left pouch. Just another waterproofing item. Throw on very quick in a torrential downpour to help stay dry. For these smaller sustainment pouches, typically we just use them as utility pouches for everyday items or smaller items that we need to contain, such as small hanks of 550 cord to make tools like gill nets. We have waterproofed additional fire kit or a more robust fire kit. You can see we have a lighter ferro rod, Fresnel lens, magnesium bar, and even another bag with cotton balls of Vaseline. And then some potassium permanganate with glycerin for fire lighting. So a robust fire kit. Small roll of 100-mile-an-hour tape for campcraft and improvisation. And then a spare camo compact for camouflage out in the wilderness. Now in our front horizontal sustainment pouch, large shelter items in here to put up a shelter quickly. We have bungee cords, our quick deploy ridgeline, tent stakes, and then our large 9x9 tarp, heavy duty tarp for shelter and setting up a hooch quickly. In our next small sustainment pouch, spare compass for land navigation. Losing a compass is bad, so having a spare one is incredibly important, as well as we can use this for setting up signals in a certain direction to alert friendlies during a link up. Spare batteries for our GPS optics and flashlights. Water tablets with a water bag for water purification. Good old bug spray. Wipes for going to the bathroom in the wilderness. We have our routine medical care kit for bumps, scrapes, and bruises, blisters, lacerations, and small burns while out in the wilderness, as well as ways to extract insects like ticks from the skin. So a small routine medical care kit. And then we have a repair kit. This is a military sewing kit. One thing that is pretty good that I recommend is an Exotec Rip Spool Kit. Now with this Exotec spool, it's got tape wrapped around the outside for improvisation and repair, and then at the top it has a spool I still have encased in plastic that is 30-pound test braided line. Inside, if we unscrew this, we have a sail needle that goes inside, and then what I've added are some fish hooks, safety pins, and then a couple of sinkers. We can use the line on this kit with these fishing gear as a mini fishing kit. And then our final sustainment pouch on the side up top. An extra set of gloves, cravats for improvisation, as well as camouflage. Bug net go over our heads. We can use this for catching small fish or animals in a swamp. Sniper veil go over our heads at night, as well as used to carry debris or for camouflage. We have a small, cheap Bahco Laplander Saw for cutting down large materials and sections. Our backup knife, we always have our main knife on our hip, but in the event we lose that, we have a backup knife, and this one is just a Mora Companion HD with some 550 cord around the sheath. In the top sustainment pouch is where we like to put all of our signaling items that can be retrieved quickly, as well as some additional items. So first one, GPS, spare headlamp, waterproofed with batteries. In case we lose the one we have on us, we have a spare inside our rucksack, good to go. Smoke for signaling, pop smoke, and alert rescuers or friendly forces that we are in this area. Flare, emergency flare, signal aircraft for rescue. Next we have just a signaling mirror, another signaling mirror. Use the sun's rays as a reflection of signal aircraft. Then we have our IR strobe, signal during hours of limited visibility. We can also make this directional by extending the body. Then we have that blue film cover over top of the strobe itself so we can signal in a single direction. Then we have chem lights, one for visibility, and then the other one is infrared, the purple infrared, so we can signal using night vision devices for search and rescue in a non-permissive environment. But chem lights, other ways to signal. And then lastly, a large VS17 panel like this one. We can use this VS17 panel completely laid out to alert search and rescue, or we can take this, extend it out, and using a compass, find a direction, point this panel in that direction. As part of link-up procedures for friendly units, they'll be approaching from the back azimuth direction that we shoot, and they will see this panel hung up on the side of a tree, and then move to it to conduct link-up procedures. Now up top we have another pouch that is relatively flat, that sits underneath the pouch where our signaling items go. We can open this. First thing out is a protractor, a secondary protractor for land navigation. Another map of the area. This one happens to be made of Tyvek. Tyvek is the stuff they wrap houses in during construction, waterproof material. We can use this map as an alternate in case we lose our first map. Then a camouflage or green notebook. One thing I like to do with these notebooks is in the back, draw a solar compass on one of the pages, And then if we lose our compass or have to revert to this as a navigation method, we can cut these out and then effectively create a solar compass as long as we have the sun out to create that shadow, and then find direction with this. Now for the bottom 3 sustainment pouches that we have on our rucksack, on the furthest left one, we have another quick deploy ridgeline, Poncho for setting up a hooch or grabbing quickly to throw over the patrol leader to check maps and check direction for part of a patrol. Next is just a additional trauma kit in a pouch. So we have combat shears, combat gauze, a NCD, tourniquet, Israeli dressing, and then hyphen chest seals. In the back is just another IFAK. In the event we use ours or lose it, we have a second individual first aid kit ready to go that we can use and resupply ourselves out in the field. Now, one thing I wanted to show you really quick is that we often have a lot of leftover weird medical aid devices, and some things I like to grab are rubberized tubing like this. This is just a Penrose drain. We can take this tubing, because it's strong and elastic obviously, and use it to make or create a makeshift slingshot with 100-mile-an-hour tape and then just a Y fork and a tree branch, and then we have a ready-made slingshot for hunting. Then in that last outside pouch, we have a thermal blanket. Thermal blanket can be used to wrap a casualty very quickly, along with accessing our additional trauma kit or individual first aid kit to treat a casualty. Wrapping them in a thermal blanket helps maintain body temperature. Once a casualty loses that body temperature and it goes down, it's hard to get it back. You can see we've double bagged this with a wet weather bag, this green one right here, as well as a trash bag to waterproof the gear. First thing, a change of clothing, top and bottom, for operating out in the woodlands. Don't forget socks, shirt, and underwear. Next, an alternate filter. Besides iodine tablets or water purification tablets, having a filter to filter water is also important. Redundancy. An L-shaped flashlight. I like to hang on to the L-shaped flashlight for campcraft, keeping a weak flashlight in camp so the light doesn't emit and give our position away, as well as using this L-shaped flashlight with wire leads to start a fire with steel wool. A stove in the form of JetBoil is probably the most efficient. We can carry our fuel inside as well as the stove inside, and then using a lighter we can cook food in this JetBoil or boil water very, very quickly. Food in the way of mysteries here. We just have a couple of MREs for 1 or 2 days out in the bush. Now, this is a old flare container. This used to have the handheld flare inside. No longer has that, but managed to have this container. What we have inside is a hunting kit. Contains fishing line, slingshot band, zip ties, more safety pins, snare wire, razor blades, and then fish hooks with sinkers. Seal it off, and we have a waterproof miniature hunting kit that we can also put more items in. We have a snug pack for our poncho liner. Last item is our sleeping bag with an inflatable mat on top, and then our waterproof bivvy with our sleeping bag inside, ready to roll out for nighttime. And that's it. So, level 3 survival kit. Everything in our rucksack or our day bag, our go bag, whatever it is. Level 3 and the subsequent levels 1 and 2 are just a method of cross-loading survival items on our person. Remember, level 1, things that go in our pockets. Level 2, the things that go in our fighting rack or our flick or our load-bearing vest. And then level 3, everything inside our rucksack. Level 3 is going to have all the same items as in level 1 and level 2, but then in greater quantity, as well as those larger items that we just can't carry in our pockets or on our fighting vest. Things like sleep systems, shelter, cooking equipment, more tools, and then mission essential items, batteries, radios, more ammunition, lasers, optics, all that good stuff. But I hope you guys like this video. If you did like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for everything you do for me, for the channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.